Welcome to the Runner Dudes podcast. Everyone is welcome. Runners are welcome. Walkers are welcome. The running curious are welcome. We're going to widen the door to running and soften the impact for anyone willing to lace up and show up. Today can be the day you take the first steps towards physical, mental, and spiritual well-being and become the person you are intended to be. We hope to inform, inspire, listen, learn, and help you start your own running journey, all while being moderately funny and low-key entertaining. Let's go, baby.
Just getting the diesel warmed up.
Glad to be back. We kind of dropped the ball. We fell off the map a little bit. I blame Jimmy.
I didn't do it.
I blame Dusty.
Yeah.
Couldn't possibly be my fault. We had some we had some episodes that went like we're going to re-release them because I feel like we didn't do a good job. And by we I mean me, of advertising. I had the haunted half shenanigans going on. We had a lot going on with the exceptional bean.
Yeah.
Dusty, what did you have going on? Travel ball.
We're not doing any travel ball. School ball started. Plus, we're starting to get we are soft launching all the online stuff for Express Footwear. So that's a little bit new. Kind of started.
Express Footwear has kind of ratcheted up a little bit.
Nice.
Maybe Nike coming into the mix?
Possibly. I've got some other brands that I'm looking at bringing in. Nike, one of them. Asics, the other.
Boo.
So
Nike, yay!
I'm not sure. I tell you what, man. I've got two pairs of Nikes now. I've got that. I've got the Vomeros and the Pluses.
Let's go.
That I've been trying to.
The Pluses are nice.
They are. I wore those yesterday, first time. They're pretty sharp. So
I've got a set of premiums, I got a pair of premiums, Vomero premiums that I've ran in once, and then now my leg has decided it doesn't want to run for a while. But them babies are just staring at me.
that's all right. They'll be fresh.
So we were talking about in the little rolling start there about generational stuff, and so that leads me to introduce our guest today is Miss Ayessa Holbrook.
Hey, welcome.
We flushed out some stuff. I don't know if y'all can tell on camera or on her voice, but she's nervous.
I'm very nervous.
Very nervous. We talked about some things what's the worst case scenario? And she talked about...
It's my accent slipping out.
Okay.
I mean, I grew up, English is my second language, and I fortunately started young enough so you guys can't hear the accent. But I grew up with British English, actually, and sometimes my accent just slips out.
So it's a Filipino accent or
just Filipino accent. So like, like salmon, salmon.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah, look out.
So very, very thick. And so that's my one insecurity at any social gatherings. If I talk,
No way.
I'm like, please, I hope not
churching
today.
up the place.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Not today.
Do you, so what's funny about you is you say that, and I think this is everybody. When I am back home, let's say I played in a golf tournament with my high school buddies, and I have a friend from high school who sounds like a banjo. Like he's just he perpetually has like tobacco in his mouth, and he talks like this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I can revert back to that and like mimic him because I'm fitting in. So when you're around your family,
100%.
you start with
my mom.
You start
Yep.
hitting,
Gets real
hitting the
thick.
Filipino.
Oh yeah. Like
awesome.
Out of everybody, I have the smoothest in my maternal family, but as soon as I'm with them, it's like vocabulary gone.
Do you guys speak Tagalog at home? Is that like...
So actually, no. Technically, it's different languages, but I grew up in the middle, like where the islands are. So I grew up with Ilonggo
Okay.
or Visayan, the region, whatever you want to call it. But I grew up with that, and then in school we would learn Tagalog and English, and so I had to learn, 2 extra languages on top of that.
Wow.
That's incredible.
But I mean, I was young, got flexible brain.
Yes,
right.
yes. It's that soft, mushy brain.
Yeah.
It picks everything up.
I wish they taught more.
I'm telling you.
I wish they taught like Chinese, Japanese,
Let's
just
go.
the area,
Yes.
because it would have made it super, super easy to understand other
Yes.
people.
That's such an advantage to be able to speak multiple languages. And so I think I saw a thing where like if you can speak English, Spanish, and Mandarin, like you can communicate with 90% of the
world,
planet, right? And so I don't understand why in America we don't more, we wait till my junior year in high school
in high
to
school.
like force me to learn French.
I took French for 4 years.
I might be able to count to 10. That's probably it.
I know how to conjugate. That's about it.
In French?
In French.
I can't conjugate in English.
Yeah.
That was a tough one for me, bro. Anybody else?
Yeah.
I'm the only one?
Can't conjugate in English. I think you do pretty fair. Fair to middling.
Fair to middling. Anyway. Okay, so we're going to get into this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the other things we talked about, bear attack. Bear attack is never 0%.
I'll just hug it.
And also, you may get fired if this goes really
I know.
bad.
He's really every time.
Your job is on the line right now. Start
Don't
now.
blow this, Ayessa.
This is actually a performance review.
What am I going to tell the regulars?
I don't know.
They'll boycott. Like
They will.
I am the only one that they come after. They see Michael. They see Michael's
true.
car. They don't even
That's
bother.
not true. That's not true. We've all
try somewhere else.
But she is much better at the drink making than I am. But
I mean, if you're coming for running, obviously, yes,
that's right.
Yes,
Or just my witty banter.
I guess.
Yeah.
Jaws of
No
Moon.
comment.
You're off to a rough start here on
yes,
on the job review. Anyway,
Can you tell I'm
Kissing up to
nervous?
boss 0.
that's right. Keep a running tally of
Make
Oh,
sure
yeah,
you
I'll
don't
put
make
it on the
burns,
screen.
Weird
Yes,
faces
a burn.
and things he says because I get caught doing that all the time. I'm like,
I'm really bad at that.
And I'm already going because I just came from Steve Chapman's podcast, so I'm in podcast mode.
oh man.
So I'm firing on all 8, 10, or whatever, however many cylinders you got. Let's get into this question to Dusty. And this is going to be kind of the theme of the episode and talking about Ayessa and things that we get outside of our comfort zone. But Dusty, have you ever participated in something that was way outside your comfort zone? Maybe something you said you would never do. What was it? How did you, or who got you involved? How did it go? Are you still doing the thing that makes you uncomfortable?
Yes, and all. Probably the most uncomfortable thing that I've ever participating in is doing this right here.
Let's go. I thought that might be your answer.
That was it.
Wow.
I would have never probably pursued anything like that myself personally doing. And yes, the person in this room right here is responsible for doing that.
Let's go.
But yeah, that's probably the most uncomfortable thing that I have ever, even, public speaking, anything, way easier for some reason. Talking, if you have to pertain more to yourself,
Yeah.
it's a little bit, it was just a little bit unnerving at the beginning.
Isn't it funny? Well, maybe we've mentioned this before. Public speaking is like number 1 on people's fears, and death is 2.
Yeah.
Like Seinfeld said, like if you had to choose between giving the eulogy or being in the box, most people are less afraid
Oh,
of
my
being
word.
in the box.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This wasn't like a fear of doing something like this. This was just something different that I had never, really never had done anything like that, I guess.
Yeah. That is, and that's, I guess, a part of being introvert, extrovert, because public speaking, I can remember the public speaking class in high school, my friends would have like nervous breakdowns before they had to go in
Visibly
and give
shaky.
visibly shaky. And I'm just like, what's going on with you,
Yeah.
man? And I didn't care a bit to get in front of a classroom of people. It was my opportunity to act like a goon, make people laugh, and get attention. I don't know if y'all can tell I like attention. Y'all picked up Ayessa.
Is that the extrovert?
Maybe a little.
And so,
Put that together.
but it's interesting things. I will say, me and Ayessa have talked about a thing that she has done and is good at. Is I want to at some point in my life be a part of a
Community play.
community play.
Some sort of play.
Be on stage.
Oh, nice, yeah.
And have a costume on and have a part and a role to play, because it scares me a little bit. You know, because that's a different thing. Something I've never done.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't done that.
And I grew up in Crossville, Cumberland County Playhouse.
Yeah.
You know a lot of the same people.
Yeah.
Being self-employed, and because you forget how much stuff that you was able to. It was not your problem. When you've got Firestone's a huge corporation, so they're just writing my checks and taking care of my taxes and doing all the things. And so to step out and become self-employed was insanely uncomfortable, and a lot of sleepless nights. And of course, having CG kind of helped soften that blow, but it's still, we're still learning stuff. You know, you think you're floating along just fine, and all of a sudden you get a thing in the mail from the IRS, and you're just like, this is it. We're shut the doors.
Damn.
And then it's just a thing telling you that some number has changed or whatever.
Right.
Running, I think, is for most people and for a lot of people is that. I think that, and that's what we're going to get into. Again, Ayessa, thank you for being on the show today.
Yeah, thanks.
Honored to be here.
Yes. And let me ask you this. Did you ever think back like 4 years ago when we had our first interview? Could you even imagine sitting right there right now, me and you and Dusty and Jimmy doing this?
No.
You were going to be made famous.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. Not really.
Crazy.
Like, never thought I was just going to make coffee,
right.
you know?
And there were some days in between your interview and getting the doors open that I wasn't sure you were going to make coffee because like we weren't sure the doors were going to get open.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes. Tell us about yourself. That may be one of the hardest questions anybody gets asked.
Well-
so tell us anything you want to tell us.
Well,
Where you
first
came
of all,
from.
I'm
How'd you
Ayessa
get here?
Holbrook.
Yes.
I moved here from the Philippines in like 2010. I was maybe 2011 because I was turning 11. I came here during December, so like hot, humid tropics. You'll see monkeys everywhere. You know,
go.
like dragonflies, mosquitoes everywhere. To winter where there's actually snow. That was the first time I've seen snow. So we landed here in Tennessee sometime in December. And
I'm out. Had you ever been anywhere but the Philippines up to that point?
so beforehand, I visited my mom because she was a traveling nurse. So I've been to Singapore.
Okay.
So I have been outside the country, but most of my childhood life, I've been in the Philippines with family. So that was the first time when I moved here. That was the first time I've seen snow. Number one.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
At like 10, 11 years
Yeah,
old.
that was like the mind-blowing stage. And then like driving from Nashville to Cookeville, you know, I made my mark. I threw up at a McDonald's.
Let's go.
So
McDonald's?
yeah, McDonald's had my
Is
back.
it before or after consuming McDonald's?
Don't you say it. Yeah.
It was before. It was before.
It's my favorite.
We just stopped by, you know, I and then left.
Nice.
But
As the smell of fries still fill
Exactly.
the air
Yeah.
here right now,
yeah.
It gives me strength. It strengthens me, and it's going to get on down to my
fueling me.
get on down to my bone and fix that.
Fix it up. I mean,
It's
we may be
healing.
running this
I
afternoon.
might take a run this afternoon. Anyway,
For those that don't know me, I work at the Exceptional Bean with Michael.
yes,
You've mentioned before, pretty much your right hand woman, right hand man, woman. And I help out both locations, both CRMC and the main building, and wherever else I need to be.
she is, and so the story is so interesting, and there's so many moving parts to it. And again, there was in the beginning, it was just like, are we even going to get the Exceptional Bean open? And we had two individuals that we had kind of cherry picked to be our managers, and you came in that leads us into another question here. You came in for an interview.
Yes.
And so how did you hear about us?
I heard it through Instagram.
Okay.
Believe it or not,
Instagram
social
does
media
something
works.
positive. Who knew?
Social media.
Yeah.
Social media for the win.
Yeah.
But I was already working at Starbucks.
Right.
You know, I was going to college, and not gonna lie, I love Starbucks. I love making the drinks, but you know, it's like you're just an employee there,
Corporate. That's
you
right.
know. And then I saw like an ad, and I'm assuming CG was the one who pushed.
Why would you assume that?
I don't know.
love it.
I don't know.
Hey, this is
Shout out CG.
One a yes,
Yes,
two a yes,
Two
summers.
yes, Michael zero.
the responsible one.
Sheesh, bro. Hit it.
Listen,
Well, this review is not going well, Ayessa.
but I found out through Instagram, and so I was like, you know, I'll take a look. And I didn't even know the whole like what it's for, what it is. It's a nonprofit. I didn't even know that. I just knew it was a coffee shop, and I had the experience. So I followed the little Instagram link and, you know, submitted whatever I needed to. And I guess from then on, whenever that interview was.
We got an interview. She came in, and at that time we hadn't even really thought about hiring any more typical employees, and so you know, we were like, you know, might as well, you know, we may need this person to fill in some time, and so fast forward, the two people that we kind of cherry picked, it didn't work out for one reason or another, and so we were left in a situation where she kind of stepped up and stepped into a position where we really needed her. And it's one of those things I always talk about, how man plans, God laughs, right?
Yeah.
And so like we thought we had this plan, and this person that came along that I was like, you know, she was kind of in the periphery. And there was, between the interview and the time we got the doors open, was like a 4-month period, maybe longer than that.
Yeah.
And I thought, I will never hear from her again. But I said, she came in, we gave her a job. I'm going to let her know that we're getting ready to open. She showed up for training. And what impressed me was that she, and again, I think this speaks to probably your upbringing and the culture that you grew up in. She was very like take charge. You know, it was like she wasn't a manager. She had just been hired as a part-time employee, but was really embracing what we were doing and really stepping up. And like somebody I could tell immediately, okay, this is somebody that's going to be can help. And so I'm grateful that happened, and I'm grateful that you came along. And so we had, you know, our relationship has grown over the last 3 years. Me and Ayessa have
Very.
Awkward Friends
Yes.
coffee now, and so
Yes.
we're starting to get to be friends.
Actual friends.
We're getting there because there is a generational gap, there is a cultural gap, but we're getting there. You got here from the Philippines, and then tell us, hey, you've got AC, you've got Raj. Tell us about your little family right now. And the Holbrooks. Got to talk about Ray.
Wow. That's a lot. Well, I mean, you know, got my boyfriend, AC.
Shout out AC.
Shout out AC. He's probably at work. He'll probably listen to this later, but, you know, I've got a wiener dog, and I love him, and I race him. So we go.
This dog don't mess around.
First place. First place champ.
Raj is the Michael England of wiener dogs.
Exactly. He needs to get paid. He needs to pay rent. So I need to. But yeah, I never wanted a wiener dog. I wanted a husky. I wanted a German Shepherd. But you know, life had different plans, and lo and behold, our first dog was a wiener dog, and I just can't not.
They're great.
Yeah,
dogs.
they're hilarious.
Yes, they are hilarious.
You know, so he's my baby. I had like a rough childhood rough patch when I moved here. And again, it has to do with cultural and family first. And, you know, like we're blood is thicker than water kind of deal. I love you, Mom.
Right? Sure.
You know, that's all I can say.
Sure.
But I grew up most of my time here in Cookeville with my grandparents on my stepdad's side. So I see them as my actual parents, and they've helped me, you know, just be a better person, guide me throughout life. And, you know, I've got my little sisters, mentioned before, one's 17, one's 9. I'm the oldest at 24. And some of the stuff they say just don't make sense to me, and I'm ancient.
Right.
So, you know.
Right. And so do you think, and I've never thought about this, but do you think that it's more... you grew up in the Philippines, whereas maybe they grew up more Americanized.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Well, that's the difference.
They're
shift, yeah.
I can say this, but you know, they're my halfies.
Oh sure, yeah.
Because they've got best of both worlds.
Sure, that's right.
One, the middle child, she's starting to, you know, grow roots, reclaiming that, which I'm kind of proud of her, you know, for doing. And the little sibling, I'm surprised she eats half the stuff that like traditional Filipino cuisine. Like, I'm surprised she eats that.
She's a cutie patootie.
She is.
They're both
she
cute.
is. But they're like they're cringy, but they're my life. They're my life. They're my joy. They're my sunshine essentially, because you know I see them and I'm just like happy older sister.
Yeah.
You know, in me.
That's awesome.
Very cool.
Yes.
And you are 24. Like I told you, I try to keep you humble and remind you that you are now not cool anymore.
Yeah. I'm very aware.
Okay.
I am very aware.
Your sisters let you know. They're just like
They do, but also I grew up with my grandparents, so I've got that internal clock. You know, I wake up at like too early in the morning, go to bed at like maybe 8.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you've brought so many people into the shop. Of course, Ray, me and him have got a really great relationship. I think a lot of Ray. He was in the finance department at Tennessee Tech.
Yes.
Financial aid.
He was like
years.
head honcho for years, and then like, you know, 10, 11, 12, I don't even know.
Yeah. I need to talk to him about that interest rate on my student loan.
But he did.
Yeah.
He did.
They're great people. The
They are.
Holbrooks are
And
wonderful.
my grandmother actually worked with the special needs. You know, she taught special needs,
Very cool.
different schools, different middle schools.
It's been impressive to see how much you have embraced our individuals at the coffee shop. You are
love them.
friends with, that's right, Abby and Heather Dishman. They
Yes.
dressed up. We got to get a
They're-
picture. of
she's
the
my homegirl.
costume
Yeah, send me anything.
For
yeah.
Halloween.
Yes.
And so
K-pop Demon Hunters.
they nailed it. And Heather's mom, it was hilarious. And so to see you embrace what we're doing and to make them feel included and belonging, it's been great. let's see. So we got through that. Let's see. Cookeville High School. What did you do in high school, and did you participate in athletics in any way?
I've said, like earlier, I've said this before, I was not the athletic person.
Right.
You know, so I gravitated to the theater department. Right. So choir, singing, they would do the plays, the high school play.
Yeah.
So I was in Phantom of the Opera. I was in Mary Poppins at some point. And so a lot of theatrics.
Yeah.
Never really did any sports, didn't have time because of it. So my lifestyle was very boring.
Right.
I went to school, did my homework, go home, maybe go to practice, go to work, go back home.
Nerd alert. Sure.
I know, right?
Yeah. Dusty, did you do any theater?
I did not. The only time I did anything like that would have been forced because my mom did. She did teach like some theater. She was kind of over some of the theater department doing some things. I guess, I didn't even think about that, but she did storytelling over the state of Tennessee. She was a part of that, and I used to have to be forced to go with them. And as long as I was going, if I was out of school doing it, I had to participate in reading. I think the Princess Frog?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
I guess that might have been another pretty uncomfortable thing that I did. I just didn't see
I
the
can
point.
see it.
And it was very, I don't know. I guess I was too cool for stuff like that because other people would really, really embrace and love to do that stuff. And I'm like, I'm just being forced to do this. This is awful.
Right.
I feel like in school, it's like you go to the sports or you go to the theatrics.
Right.
In hindsight now, that the way I see that sports have developed now, I feel like you made a great choice.
I do, and I think that there's value in both, and I think both can kind of be taken to extremes that are unhealthy.
Although there is a tremendous amount of drama in sports.
Oh, yeah.
They're almost
A lot of theatrics, too.
Yes.
Also, Cookeville High School, like their choir is like phenomenal.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
I
the
think it's
theater-
still Michael Schote.
Yes.
Shout out my
Guy's amazing.
music teacher, Michael Schote. He puts a lot of time and effort. He probably doesn't remember me. I'm kidding. but he did work very hard, and anytime we had practices, he made sure, to get where we need to be, and took a lot of time and effort. And to this day, I still respect him because he never gave up on us.
Yeah.
So,
I've been to events where they have shown up and sang. We were at one event
Yeah.
one time, and I was like, I thought they were from like a professional group
yeah.
out of Nashville. I was
Yeah.
like, who even is this? And it was Cookeville High School. I was like, Cookeville High School?
I still, that's like proud moments.
Yes.
Because I see stuff like that. I'm like, I used to be one of them.
That's really cool.
Believe it or not, I used to be young.
So even in theater and choir, you guys do the same thing that people who played, talk about your varsity days.
Yes.
Yeah.
I used to be, that's what I used to be.
What I used to be.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And you also have connections to the Cumberland County Playhouse. We know some of the
Yes,
same people, the Crabtrees.
The Crabtrees. The lady, or used to be the sister, Emily Woods. She used to be my art teacher in middle school. And that's how I actually started in theater, because in middle school they would do little plays too. And so she kind of nurtured me because I was also very crafty. Thank you, Grandma.
Yes, you are.
So she taught me my grandmother taught me how to sew, do all these fun stuff. And so because of that, I talked a lot with Miss Woods, and we would take little field trips up to the Playhouse.
Yes, love it so much.
Nice.
It is so nice, and it's what I think our community, embraces professional theater. Jason Ross and Bryce McDonald and all the people that keep the Cumberland County Playhouse going is shout out Cumberland.
I
County
still
Playhouse.
get goosebumps.
Yeah, their performances are next level, and it's if you've not been to the Cumberland County Playhouse or you've never been to a performance, you have to go because it's just really good. Let's get into this running stuff.
Fun.
Let me ask you this: how in the world? I don't even remember how we started this journey. What made you even consider it? How did you get there?
So I was in track and field in the Philippines where I used to go to school.
Yeah,
So I was already running, not a whole lot.
sure.
I quit after I tripped over a tree stump. I said goodbye. So fast forward, middle school, I was in tennis, but I prioritized theater more, so I quit that.
Right.
You can kind of see like where my heart lied. And then most recently, last year, one of the days I was like, it's a nice day, why not run? I ran with my grandma back in college, which, by the way, she dropped me. She ran 2 miles nonstop. At the time she was 60 something, so she was running 2 miles no stopping, and I'm like in the back stopping. So I ran with my grandma, and so it's not like running was new to me, but I've kind of quit that, after college. Just not my thing. And then sometime last year, around this time of year, it was a nice day, and I would hear Michael talk about running all the time. So, it's not like it never left me. It's just I'm exposed to it all the time, and I was just like, why not?
Right.
And I texted, that may or may not have been a mistake. Not really. But the mistake was texting Michael. I was like, hey, guess what? I ran like a mile point, 8 something.
And then immediate.
And then he goes, great job. Let's make you a weekly plan. And so he sends me Monday, Tuesday,
Thursday.
the next week.
Yes.
And I'm a type A person. If somebody gives me a list to do and it's on my mind, I have to do it now.
Yes.
It's not for anybody, but it's just for my mental sake. Like, I have to finish it.
Yes.
And so that week goes by, and then, Michael sees it, and he's like, great job. Here's the next week. And I was like, so I thought this was like a trial run. I thought we was done. Fast forward to now,
Here we are.
Here we are.
It was so neat. And we talk about it all the time, Dusty and Jimmy, about how, like, I got runners that I coach, and you've been around runners, and Travis coaches runners. And the ones that get better at it are the ones that do it. It's like me giving you a plan has no inherent magic to it, right? And how do you get better at running?
So you just keep doing it.
You keep
showing up.
How do you get better at anything? How do I get better at
up.
crocheting or anything that you do?
Do it.
You just got baking. You got to do it.
Yeah.
And you got to fail at it. And you got to get better at it. And so I could immediately, the first plan I sent her, she hit all the miles.
I do remember when you came in the store and got some shoes.
Yeah. It was very awkward, wasn't it? I walk in, awkward.
You were. I'm comfortable there. That's what I do is help. I get it.
But see, I've never gone to get running shoes.
Yeah.
I've gotten shoes.
A lot, and there's a lot of customers like that are just.
There are so many barriers to becoming a runner that I don't even think about because I've been doing it so long. Like she just said, just going to get the gear.
A specialized store.
Specialized where everybody knows running.
It's very intimidating.
It is.
And you guys it's a beautiful store. And if you've not been in Express Footwear, you need to go. It's one of the, we're lucky to have it. But you've got runners. Carter works in there.
Yeah.
And Ellie works in there. And JB works in there. And they look like runners. They are runners. And so it can be intimidating to a beginner. And so taking those first steps is so key, and it's impressive to see you do it. And she stuck with it, and then we ran the Turkey Trot.
The Turkey Trot.
Tell us about those race day nerves, because that was your first race with a bib on.
Yes.
That first bib is a big deal.
So this was last year. So I was running for like three-ish months already, with Michael sending me plans, and he goes, so you're running the Turkey Trot, right? And I'm like, I'm thinking about it. And then the next thing I know, I turn around because I get an email. You've been signed up.
Yeah.
And so I was like, what do you mean?
See you at the start line.
This was before where it's like, oh my gosh, it's 3 miles, because we were starting off with 1 milers, 2 milers.
Even some walking.
And struggling at 3 miles for my long run. And now I look at it, I'm like, oh, it's just 3 miles.
Yes,
so now I'm in that space.
Yes.
But that was my very, very first race. And it was kind of fun because I knew Ainsley's Angel.
Yes,
we were
Bradley,
in that group.
Everybody was gonna be
Bradley.
there,
So I was comfortable because I knew the people that I was going to be running with. I had a group.
Yeah.
And but the very first, I was parking.
Oh yeah, parking.
Getting
Turkey
there.
Trot, yeah.
I don't know anything.
1,600 people.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't know anything about race day. I don't know anything about how many, know. So first of all, panic attack number 1, finding parking. And then found a parking spot, and then, to warm up and stuff, and just getting out the car, coming up trying to warm up and just seeing everybody, a lot of people.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm a homebody. I don't do social settings a whole lot, but seeing the whatever 1,600 people over there, it was very overwhelming. Because then that made me feel, I'm just a baby runner. You know,
I think there was at least about 342 dogs. There was a lot of people that had
everybody, every third person brought their dog.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
It's a lot going on.
I got passed by several dogs. That first race.
But yes, to speak to your point about how intimidating your first race can be.
Yeah.
To overcome those things is a big deal.
Yes.
Now, since you have become a runner, what are the things we talk about on the podcast? Mental, spiritual, physical improvements. Have you experienced those things?
I have actually. I used to take anti-anxiety pills. Nothing wrong with it, but ever since running, I'm able to kind of clear my head.
Sure.
I just pop in my earbuds and then I go on a run, and that has significantly helped my mental health.
Sure.
So now I don't take it.
Yes.
Yeah, I know, right? It is a celebration.
That's a big deal.
Just because of that.
Yes.
I feel like I feel more responsible. You know, the adulting.
Yeah.
Like a sense of accomplishment, too, that you got something like that you may not have thought you could do in your past, and now you're doing it. So
I still don't consider myself as a runner, though.
Yeah.
That's
I mean, that's
time.
That's legit. Everybody's like that. I mean,
imposter
really, honestly.
syndrome. Yeah.
But you are. It doesn't matter.
Looking at $200 shoes, I think I should be.
That's it. You know, it's funny because it took a long time for me. I don't even know. I think I ran my first marathon before I felt, which is ridiculous. You know, could really consider myself a runner, but we all get there when we get there. I have noticed changes, you know, and it is so fascinating how nobody was more annoyed to find out that regular exercise and going to bed on time and not drinking every day
made you feel good.
Made me feel better.
Yeah.
And made my mental health better, which, okay, now I'm feeling better. Now I can work on my spiritual health, okay? And then that allows me to get excited about going out. And it's this vicious cycle of feeling better begets feeling better, begets feeling better. And so I have seen that with your journey. I think things, you know, we kind of got you know, you got twisted around the axle. We were having some, before you started running,
Yes.
we had some tough conversations.
Yes.
And you had a lot going on.
Yeah.
And so I was concerned about you. And so it's really neat to see you, all of a sudden you started running and things seem to have gotten better. And
I think that's like halfway to midlife crisis kind of a new hobby.
Yes.
I will say this. I'm sure you found this out. Most of the time, runners they have a big ego about things. But with that said, runners and people that share that same are probably some of your best, closest friends that would be there to help you out in no matter what.
Yeah. So you said you're not there yet on feeling like a runner. You are. And then I challenged her after we ran the Turkey Trot, and I started to say things. I was just like, now we're going to run the half marathon.
And I
she was
said,
like,
absolutely not.
absolutely not.
I don't know what you on about. I don't know what you're on about.
Have you checked your email?
And like every week I would just send her a more progressively difficult running plan.
Yeah.
And just to see if she would do it. And she did it. And so then we checked off a 7-mile run. Then we checked off a 8-mile run. And then we checked off a 9. And each time she would do it, I knew it was our Mondays, her long run. And then she'd run her 11-miler and I would be like, yeah. You know, it's a big deal to run a distance you never thought that you could run. And to have those moments is great. And so then let's get to the haunted half. She signed up. This time, I was going to sign you up again.
And I said, no, thank you.
No, thank you.
Respectfully, no, thank you.
That's right.
Because I know myself. If I hadn't signed myself up, I would have just said, but because I was the one that did it, I signed myself up. Now I have to do it. You know, there's no backing out.
Yeah.
I have no excuse anymore.
Right.
So I did that. Getting there, race day, panic attacks left and right.
Wow.
So I told her to be at park in front of my house at 5 a.m. and we'll walk up to the start line together. 5 o'clock, no Ayessa.
Ghost.
And I told CG, I said,
Ghost.
We're having a meltdown. She's doing the Cameron thing from Ferris Bueller's Day Off. He'll keep calling me.
Yeah.
He'll make me feel guilty. Okay, I'll go.
And so I had to get to the start line because I'm doing race day stuff and I'm running the race myself. And so I ran the whole race. I wasn't even sure that
He didn't even know I ran.
I didn't think she showed up. And so I got back to the house. I called her cell phone. I was prepared to console her.
Yeah.
And I hear,
I had 3 miles left.
she's like, I got like 3 miles to go. I'm going back to, I was like, let's go.
Bless your heart. Let's do
I was
it.
like, don't answer the phone when you're running. I was like, you're racing.
I mean, like anytime he calls, I'm like, something's happened.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
important, yeah.
or like he just called because he knows because he knows my time. So he's like, oh, she's only got 3 miles. I don't know.
So she answered and she finished.
I finished.
Awesome.
I got there.
Yeah.
I
Way to go.
survived.
It was incredible.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it does seem like a simple, low-hanging fruit solution is to have someone drop you off.
Oh, yeah.
That's the best part.
Because
bro.
we keep
You gotta-
talking
you gotta
about parking and
gotta get back.
worries and like, I'll take you. I'll drop you off.
just drop you off, and then you have to run it.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't have a car.
No, you have no.
Somebody just kidnaps me and just like drops me off.
No, it's called Uber. It's like,
Yeah.
There's so
it's
many.
consensual kidnapping.
I pay for that.
I have so many times, Dusty. I know you've run 100 miles, 200 miles.
Gosh,
So-
almighty Dusty.
And so
Also, earlier you were talking about the theater. It's like, sorry. I totally
you're
cut
good.
you off.
Oh, man.
I just didn't have time earlier. Talking about Dusty. Have you ever been to the theater? I was like, the theater of war. Like, he's
theater was
he's
a
the
little
man in the room.
A little
like,
different.
yes,
continue with your 100-milers. Good gosh
he was
almighty.
in the Middle Eastern theater.
Yeah.
Yeah. Much
Sorry.
better
Go
theater.
ahead.
I'm definitely not going to participate in that theater.
I am not cut out for that.
And so I have no idea. Thanks a lot, Jimmy.
I'm
Now
sorry.
we blew it.
You said, Dusty, you've run 100-miler,
All I'm saying
200-miler.
is, I wanted to ask her. It's to think, and it's so fun to accomplish this thing and look back and think, how did I get here? And you've done a thing that you thought you would never do. And so that's got to be a feeling it's kind of surreal at times. Has it even sank in?
It hasn't.
Right.
You know, I'm still like, I think I just did that. You know, yay! But at the same time, I'm like,
That's really cool.
did I do that?
Yeah.
You know.
Yes. And
That's
of your
I mean, it is. That's great. I mean, that's a huge accomplishment, whether you feel you're a runner or not, but that gives you a sense of accomplishment that you can do, anything else,
Yeah.
whether
I
it's
checked it
running
off my
related or
list.
not.
Yes, and that again is one of those annoying things that I found out is that it's just like, I can do this if I just consistently show up. And that's the key to everything, the exceptional being, the express footwear, anything that you want to accomplish if you just show up each day. Let me ask you this, and we'll wrap this up. I know we've got along over on time, which, by the way, I didn't think that was going to be a problem. I thought we were going to have some issues pulling some information out. You've done great.
Yeah.
Yay!
Great job.
Yeah, you're
Great
not getting
job.
fired this week. What would you tell anyone thinking about running? What would you tell someone who maybe wants to run but thinks they can't, or maybe they don't feel like an athlete or a runner? What would you tell somebody to encourage them to run?
I would say go, try it, walk. I definitely, if you're not a runner or never done it before, just go walk on a nice day, take your dog out,
Yes.
maybe your partner, just take a walk. And then, me personally, it's just seeing other people do it
Yes.
and other people close to me do it. And I'm like, oh, maybe I want to. So finding somebody that inspires you, puts a seed in your heart, maybe, to encourage them, like Michael has done this for me a lot. And it's just like on my bad days, because sometimes I get kind of insecure, like, why am I so slow in the middle of the heat, during summer?
Sure.
Why am I so slow? And
do
just
that.
him saying, like, it's okay to be slow. It's okay to do this. And that's personally helped me.
Yes.
So, that's the best that I can give is just to try.
That's it. And the best thing you said there was all great. Just go out. Just go
Yeah.
slow. Go for a walk.
Yeah.
And just get started. You've got to start somewhere. Anything else you want to add? How do you feel like you did? 1 to 10.
0 out of, I'm kidding.
1 to 10.
No.
I think I did 9 out of 10.
Let's go.
Yeah.
9 out of 10.
I'll sign off on a 9 out of 10. I think
Yeah.
you did 10 out of 10. We've had some, they'll remain nameless, but we've had some that have been insanely nervous, Caitlin. And
He fires you, I'll hire you.
I know, right?
Yeah, you hear that?
What?
I said, if you let her go, I'm going to hire
oh,
her.
there you go.
I tell you what, job security.
Job security.
Let's go. And you get some deals on shoes.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's go. Anything you want. We got to talk to our man Jonathan at Willow Window.
Oh, yeah, Jonathan, Willow Window, thank you all so much for allowing us to use this studio. This is great.
Yeah.
Express Footwear and Running, guys. We are doing online now, so check that out. I got my man Luke Holshoe. He's trying to help me out, kind of get that launched out. Hopefully by 26, everything will be in full swing, but we are slowly rolling out some online orders right now.
I'm excited to start buying my Nikes from you.
Let's not get the cart in front of the horse.
I've already done it. It's already there.
He's already
No
had
turning back. Jimbo?
Sightandsoundcreative.com.
Let's go. I do want to say Runner Dudes Coaching. We are at that time where, like, if you're looking to do maybe a fall marathon or a fall half marathon, we need to start now. So please reach out. Hit me up at The Exceptional Bean. You can hit me on Instagram. You got my cell phone, my wife, anybody. Send me a carrier
Speaking of,
pigeon.
they're out there. Look at them. I
whatever.
see them. The natives are restless.
The natives are restless. Yes, and thank you. You did
Yes, thank you for being here.
phenomenally.
Great job.
Kept your
Thank
job.
you.
0 bear attacks.
Yeah.
Did not hear but one. You said salmon. Say salmon again.
Salmon.
There we go. Nailed
But
it.
that's on purpose, though.
I was
That's on
intentional.
purpose.
Very good.
Good. Thanks for
Yes.
being here.
Yeah,
Guys.
thank you.
Thank you for listening. And check us out. Runner Dudes Podcast. Peace.
The Runner Dudes podcast is sponsored by Express Footwear and Runner Dude Coaching and Consulting. Produced by Jimmy Thorpe at sightandsoundcreative.com.